before I start anything so that nobody misses. Yeah, possibly. I don't know, I'm always like either really early when I say I'm gonna do a live or really late. Like I said I was gonna do it at 7:25 and I just started it at 7:27, so yeah, so either I'm really early or I'm really late. I'm not sure. I hope. Yay, they're on. I hope they stay on. Hello. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I placed and then give you like a small. I honestly did not get that much stuff. I'd like to see that. But I honestly did not get that much stuff this time because I had a little money left over, but I got, thank you. You're so funny. Hi. I spent $20 on a Sound Insane paste to see how I like it. I really like it. I do not see the harm in using like a little for a show just to kind of calm them down, because like us, sometimes I need some melatonin or something to calm me down, so I don't see the harm in a little. I know most show people do, and I'm not doing it because I think I'm cool. I'm literally just doing it so that me and Sienna can kind of work a little better and not be so hyped up when we're in there, because when she gets hyped up, I get hyped up, so yeah, I'm gonna do a small haul of what I got for me, and then show you guys what I placed and everything, and then what I got at the end. So first and foremost, I'm very excited about this. I got a new Showmanship shirt. I kind of wanted one that was like all the way down, but it's very last minute. Mine that I had, also sorry, this eye might look a little funny because it was like swollen shut about 2 hours ago, so it still looks a little funny. But the zipper, like about right here, busted, and I was like, ooh, and we tried, we couldn't get it to stay. We safety pin, like all of it, just could not get it to work. So I think I'm just gonna see if maybe I think it'll fit someone where it's not so fitted, because I like my Showmanship outfits fitted, so I think it'll fit like a smaller 4-H'er, like 10, 12 range. So I'm gonna take it to a meeting we have tomorrow and see if any 4-H'ers would be interested before I sell it. I'll put it on my brother first, even though it's pink and purple. I'll put it on him and see if that does work, and if it does, I'll take it. If it's actually just broken, then there's not really much I could do about it, unfortunately, because it's a really pretty shirt. But yeah, I got this. We ran over to a shop that had some consigned clothes, and this one was only used once. So it has like these little dudes, these. I'm usually not a fan of this stuff, sequins, but I really like the way it looks on me. And then like that in the back looks the same, and then my number. Also, I have a stolen wild rag that my mother threw in my thing, but it's Clara's, so it's fine. I'm gonna see her at some point soon, so it doesn't really matter. And then secondly, this is very, very cute. It matches my showmanship shirt. I'll tell you the story. It's actually short, but it's really funny. We bought the showmanship shirt. I was walking around. I had about 10 minutes before my class, and I see this lady, and she had 2 blue hats and a green hat, a blue pad, and a whole, like, set of blue stuff. So I went over there, like, thinking, oh, she'll want, like, $300 for the hats. She was like, $50. So I try it on. It fits perfect. Like, it was a perfect match, and I was like, no way. So Mom went ahead and bought me the set, the show shirt and the hat, and together it was all like, I think $150. So not bad at all. Usually I would have usually paid for it, but she offered to because I didn't have any money left but like $10. So she was like, I'll just pay for it, which I'm very thankful for. But this is the hat. It's different than my other hat. This one is a Master Hatter of Texas. Yeah, and my other one is a Twisted hat. So there's that. And then this that I am very, very, very excited for. Very excited. I got a hat can. And I'm also very thankful to my nanny. She bought this for me because she heard me talking about it, and I mentioned it in front of her about wanting one, and she was like, well, just go get it. I was like, are you sure? And it was only $50, $55 I think after tax. So she trusted me with her debit card to go get it. I have successfully achieved the trust because I only got the hat can and I brought it back. I was not planning on trying. I'm not the person that would go and like blow out her debit card, but me and Clara were walking over there and joking around like, I can't believe she trusted me to just take her debit card. But it was kind of funny, but I'm very, very thankful that she got it for me because I've needed one for so long. So my showmanship hat, this green one, and at some point I might, if I find the right one, I might get a hunter green pad with maybe some tan on it or gold to go with this and maybe use that as a show color too. But for right now, unless we just find a perfect match, I'm going to stick with my blue because I love my blue stuff. Like, I was very proud of how it all worked out this weekend. I kind of wanted to ask her how much if the blue hats were $52, but I was like, I don't have $50 and I don't want to ask anybody, nanny or mom, for more money. So I was like, it's fine. But this hat, because of the way it's made, will melt. So the hat can was very much needed. Yeah, so here's the hat one last time before I put it in its case. I very much like all the green stuff. Now I think I'm gonna stick with the black showmanship pants with it because I just feel like hunter green showmanship pants, this showmanship shirt, this green hat, and a show halter is just too much. That's very busy. Like, me and Clara were just talking about how busy her showmanship outfit is, so she's thinking about getting a really cool looking halter that we looked at so that that's not so busy too. I think that I feel like I got something else, but I'm not seeing anything. I did get a pair of, I did get a pair of cinch jeans that were on sale, but I'm taking those back because, yeah, they're there. I'm taking those back because they were too short when I'd get on Sienna, and that's why I need a new pair of jeans so that I can ride without them being all the way up top of my boots. And technically I got a new pair of boots, but technically not, because Mom just gave me hers that she didn't like. We like swapped out boots for the ones I have that I don't like. But those are upstairs, but they are Ariats. Very comfortable boots. Very comfy. So I did get these two things for their halters. This one's for Juniper because her show color for like her stall stuff, her stall bag, her hay net, her bucket is all pink. And this is a little lighter than I like. I like dark pink more, but... And then Sienna's is purple because all her stall stuff is purple except for her big stall bag because that's navy, but close enough. So this is hers. This is Juniper's. They were $3.99 a piece, so really nice. So I only spent about $10 on them both after tax. And I also got, I did not buy these, they handed them out. I got the NOSHA booklet for this year's NOSHA in Cloverdale with everything on it. And then a new Equine Chronicles. I have two, but they're really old. And they just had them laying out for people to just take, and I was like, oh, heck yeah. So I took one, and I've looked through most of it on the way home, but not all of it. There's still, yeah, I didn't get to this part with this, people. I looked through the studs, most of them, but not like the girls that won on their horses and that stuff. Okay, so I can get to the rest. I did place in a couple classes that I didn't get ribbons for because they only gave to 5th place, but I can't really remember what those were. So I think I got a 7th in something. Maybe it was a halter class. I didn't place in youth halter. I placed in pony showmanship, youth. I think I did place in youth, but it was 7th. That's why I didn't get a ribbon. They have, Mom wrote most of the stuff down on the backs of them so I can look here when I show them to you. So we'll start with 5th and just go up. Unfortunately, I don't have a 4th, or I could just make it all a thing. I have 2 5ths, but no 4th. So first we have, I thought I got a higher place than that, but I guess not. 5th and pony halter. That was actually a tough class. There was me, Sedona, another really, really cute POA. I loved him. One other, and then me and Clara's trainer's baby, Hottie. She was in there, and she's a really nice built baby. She got 4th, which the judge did not like ponies. That judge, it was very obvious she did not like ponies, because there were a couple classes that the placings were not agreed by many people, and it wasn't just with me, it was with other people. But I'm not going to go into a whole spiel, but I do think that maybe me and Hottie should have been switched, because I feel like for a halter class, Sienna would be 4th. In that halter class, Sienna should have been 4th and Hottie should have been 5th, because Sienna's more muscular, and they're both structurally correct. But that's just my opinion. I mean, she might have saw something different, but again, she doesn't like ponies, and Hottie is a big baby. Hottie's shoulder wise or wither wise, her and Sienna are the same size, but her hip, she's high in the hip because she's growing, and her hip's bigger than, like, taller than Sienna, so she will be taller than Sienna. But fifth in that, and then fifth in Rancherelle. We actually got ribbons this time. Last year we did not. We just got placings, which I like having a ribbon because it's something, because you only got awards for reserve and first. And last year I went up against Rue in pony classes, so I didn't win anything. But those two in Pony Halter and Rancherelle. Got 3 of these. And like I said, there were 2 or 3 classes that I placed in. I just cannot remember the placing. I got 3rd and 13 and under Pleasure. I agree with that because the other 2 horses I went up against were Pleasure horses, and I'm really glad the girl that won it won because I love her horse. She also won 13 and under High Point, which that was super cool because she had a red roan and the outfit they wore, and just they had the best partnership. I loved them. Oops. This is 2 and under halter. This is Juniper's ribbon. I went up against, it was Juniper, Hottie, and another baby. That was a class that if I judged, I probably would have switched Juniper and the other baby just because of muscle mass and structure. But, and I think all 3 of them were mares, so she could have, like, done some femininity too through their face. Femininity. I say that in reasons in judging, but I can never say it outside of it. But she could have went off that too, and Juniper was more feminine than the other horse. But also, I cannot remember. It might have been a gelding. I don't know. I only saw it like twice. But I might have switched around. I don't know. She might have either saw something different or just didn't like Juniper because she was a pony, but I don't know. But she did get a ribbon. Very proud. There is a picture of me and her with it, but it's on Clara's phone. I can't remember if she sent it to me or not. 13 and under Hunter in her saddle. I got 3rd. I honestly cannot remember. I think there were 4 kids and 1 DQ'd. But I can't really remember what that class is like, what it was like, so I can't really tell you. But I think I did agree with the placings, if I remember right. Because I'm not a professional, but I also do it for 4-H, and our coach is amazing, and, like, I know good and bad and the difference, and I know when it's very obvious, so I don't talk about it. I just have my own little opinions on it, and everybody does, but some of the classes I agreed with and some of them I did not. So it is what it is. But I got this in 13 and under Hunter under saddle. Sorry, I was trying to fix my sock. I guess I ripped it when it was in my boots today because it's got a big hole in it. But I got that, and then my little red ribbon that needs a straightener ran across it. This was in pony showmanship. It was me and Sedona, or me and Clara, because they judge off you. But that, if I hadn't have stopped, because I stopped too far down. I did not realize I was as far down as I was. So when we backed, it was very ugly because Sienna's still kind of like, I don't know if I want to back or not. I've tried everything. She just refuses to back fast. So I was going to stop to where I only had to back 3 steps because it just said stop and back until in line with the judge, or in this case, the little girl who walked around the horses. But I stopped like a horse length past. If she had backed really fast, like showmanship, we would have been fine, but we didn't. So that's why we ended second. But if we had gotten the stop where I wanted it, I honestly feel like that would have been really hard for her, because me and Clara both did really, really good. Both our horses stuck their pivots. They both set up. Sienna set up really well in that class. Yeah, it was 13 and under showmanship because we stopped in the right place. Our back was good, but our setup took a little longer than I wanted. Like, I want to be able to turn around, set that back, set the front, turn back around. I played with it a little because I knew I wasn't going to do good in that class, so I was like, I'll play with it a little just because I wanted to get her to set up, and it took me about 15 seconds. Not even that, but it was still longer than you want, so that is what it is. I mean, I can't go back and fix it, but that I think is when we got 6th or 7th, because I didn't get a ribbon for that, but I did place, I think. But anyways, yeah, this was in pony showmanship, and then in pony hunter under saddle, we were the only one in the pony riding classes, but I was very proud of her in our rail classes. We did amazing in those. She was slow, she was calm, she kept her head down in hunter under saddle. She did not fight me to put it up. Now, in pleasure, she did kind of want to put it up a little, but it was okay. She was out of it by then, and so was I, and I got so nervous before one of our classes, I almost threw up. But I didn't. But this was pony hunter under saddle, fierce. And then pony pleasure first. She was very good in that. She got her lead. She was calm. The only time she got a little excited was when we went from a walk to a lope, and I hate doing that with like any horse. And she was like, I went to ask, and she was like, whoa, and she kind of took off, and then she slowed right back down right after, but it like jerked me back, and I was like, oh geez. But yeah, and then I feel like the judge did do it on purpose. We switched directions in 13 and under, and I was in the same place I was when we picked up the lope in pony hunter or in pony pleasure. And we were walking, and she said, pick up the lope, and she was staring right at me, and that was one of the only times she looked at me. So I think she did do it on purpose just to see if Sienna could pick it up slower that time, and she picked it up a little slower, but it was still like going from a walk to a lope or a trot to a walk to a lope or a walk to a canter is always going to be, even with pleasure horses, sometimes they have problems. They want to kind of, let's go, get a little anxious. And they're like, no, we got to calm down. It's okay. But yeah. So I was not mad about how she acted. I just kind of wish she would have maybe slowed down a little through our takeoff, but we'll just work on that. It's fine. And then I did do pony horsemanship and pony eck. I DQ'd in both of those. Pony eck, it was my fault because we were supposed to stop, or no. We were supposed to trot straight on the left diagonal, pick up right lead around, switch here to left, go, stop, 100 on the forehand because we would be here and we needed to be here. So 100 on the forehand, and then trot right diagonal, then sitting trot around one square corner and out. I used my left leg and not my right, and she picked up the left lead. And then I broke to switch to right because I was like, our leads are already off, but I still broke just to try and switch, and she kept the left. She broke, but she picked the left lead up again, which was what was supposed to be in the pattern, but we picked up the wrong lead, which that was my fault. Like I said, I used the wrong leg. And then our turn was a little wacky because of that, but the rest of the pattern was really good. And then horsemanship was just flat out awful. We went out there and we started off anyways. It was a little bit of a fight to get her to pick up the trot. We picked it up, and they had the cone too far. It was too close to the rail for anybody to do. Maybe like an AQHA pleasure horse. But she expected a lot out of us. I felt like even youth. It was very close to the rail, so we trot, extend the trot, stop, 270 to the right, lope off right lead, switch to left, 2 square corners, break to a walk, stop and back, and then trot out. We picked up the right lead. I went to break and she just kind of kept going, and then I had to stop because we got too close to the rail, because where we were supposed to switch was actually where we started, so it was very, very close together. I feel like if it had been farther out, hang on. I'm coming! Okay. I gotta wrap this up. Dinner's done and Dad wants me up there. But last but not least, I was so proud of this. We DQ'd in the 2 classes, but I was still very proud I got this. We won High Point Performance Pony, because there's not a contesting one, but it's a Harris Leather and Silver Works duffel bag. It says warm up to the World Show, and then over here it says Harris. I'm coming! Jeez. And it has this and this. So I'm very proud I got that. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next thing. Bye.